Nature, children, and old people are the three greatest teachers we ever had. The mask has created not just social distancing, but emotional distancing. One of the worst things that we hear as kids, and especially as little boys, is what are you going to be when you grow up? That would change your whole life.
And there he is, Mr. Preston Smiles. How we doing?
What's up, my man?
I love it, dude. Look, of all the people whose energy introduces them before they even say anything, like you got to be one of the top 10.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Always bringing the energy, always bringing the love. So I first connected with Preston and his wife Alexi 3 years ago.
It was 2017 or 16. One of those.
You just had your book come out. I think you were in Australia at the time, or doing your workshop, Bridge Methods. I love it. So and now you seem to have transitioned the business to help coaches make more money. So talk to me about kind of what's gone on the past 3 years and the evolution of Preston Smiles.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely going to go into that, but I just want to presence a few things. One, how are you as a human?
I love it, dude. I love it. See, I'm great, man. I'm here in Toronto. I think we caught the whole COVID thing pretty quickly, so we're not super panicking. We're in lockdown mode, quarantine mode, but everybody in my family, everybody's super safe.
Yeah.
How about you? You're on the West Coast, right?
Yeah, I'm in LA. And do you have kids?
I have a son. Yeah.
How old is he?
10. Turns 11 in June.
Jeez Louise. Okay. And how is that? Like homeschooling him, or are you?
So he's got online classes that he has to go through and do. He finishes it pretty quickly, which is good. So then it's finding other things to do. So we have a nightly League of Legends game that we play together. It's a video game, and also kind of teaching life lessons through video games, which is always fun. So at the beginning, it's I love this, to be honest, dude. I'm an introvert. I know you speak around the world. I spent a whole chunk of last year speaking. This is default easy for me. Like just being home. If it's just me, close family and that's it, just at home all day, I'm down for that. But doesn't necessarily help my mission as much. But I'm not facing like the social anxiety, like, oh my God, I can't wait to get back out there.
Yeah, I feel you, man. So same in the sense of there's a few things that I'm loving about this whole conversation. And there's a few things that are highlighting things that don't work about our society and about how I've been operating. One, even just this, right? Like I just went on a walk with my son, and I live in this neighborhood that's like Pleasantville. Everybody has kids. Everybody's about 35 to 45 and entrepreneurs and that whole kind of thing. And the mask has created not just social distancing, but emotional distancing. In a neighborhood where everybody previous to COVID-19 was hearts open. Hey, how are the kids? Like that kind of thing, where it's turned into like, are you my enemy and are you going to kill my kids?
Right.
And that has been a very interesting thing to keep cleaning up in my own consciousness, because I know I'm the source of all of these things. And so daily, I'm actually having to and getting the opportunity to continuously relook at how I'm being and what's actually true and real. Shakespeare said, "A coward lives 1,000 deaths." And I've heard that and thought about it. And then I started to think about how a lot of us are doing that now. We're mentally rehearsing for worst case scenarios, when in truth, in fact, in real time, what's really here is this beautiful beating heart, amazing friends and family and people who love me. The sun is shining. The trees are reaching towards the sun. All kinds of amazingness is happening now. And yet I've noticed in my clients and even in myself at times getting caught into sort of the vortex of the conspiracies and the looking at society and going, is this real? That I began to mentally rehearse something that I don't actually want to experience, and then therefore the cells of my body have that experience, and then my vibration lowers, and then I'm no longer available for what God, Spirit, Buddha, Krishna, Jesus, and Allah, all of the above, is trying to speak to, through, and as me. Okay, I had to say that. Now we're good.
I love it, dude. Preach. It's great. That's got to be that. People should wake up to that. That's a good alarm clock. We need that 45-second mini rant there as a Preston Smiles alarm clock. Even the fact that you had the humility to say, I still need this myself. Like I find even though you're the master, you're the teacher, you're coaching people on this, I still need the reminder myself every day, every hour to focus on this. I think it's important, man. I think it's super important.
Yeah, man. I've become a dad since the last time we spoke. A dad of 3. So we had twin, a boy and a girl, and they're 3 months. And I have a 2-year-old, and it is pure chaos and pandemonium at our house. I was just watching the twins while my wife went to the beach to just have some time to be a regular person. And it's crazy. It's like legit crazy. And the most beautiful thing and it's a beautiful time to have twins, right? I have all this space and opportunity to just drop in and connect and go deeper with them and have them teach me, right? That's the tricky thing about kids. And I know you know this, is we think that they belong to us and that we're here to teach them. But what really comes through more and more as I pay attention and I allow myself to be affected by my children, they're teaching me how to be present. They're teaching me how to be patient. They're teaching me how to be curious about everything. I just took my son for a walk, literally right before when you and I were messaging. I was on that walk, and he decided that we were no longer going to be walking like straight, that we had to walk. So we were walking like this, all like down our whole neighborhood backwards. And every time I turned around, he'd be like, and I'm like, okay. But like, new and interesting perspective, right?
Yeah. The creativity, the freedom, right? And you're the freedom guy, right? Personal freedom coach.
Yes, sir.
But the reminder to be free, I love it too. Whether it's going to the store dressed up like a superhero or, all of it. I love it. And I got my parents on the wall behind me. Like this picture is me when I'm 8 or 9 years old and my parents are above me. And the greatest thing that they gave me was, you could do anything you want. Like if you believe in yourself, you can do anything you want. And I have 2 sisters, I'm in the middle, and we're all doing totally different things. And so my son, people ask me, does he have to be an entrepreneur? Like, I don't care if he's an entrepreneur. It's like, what does he want to do? He loves drawing. He loves art. And so I'm doing art with him. I'm trying to, and I suck at art. Trying to draw a human eye is ridiculously impossible. I suck at it. He's already better than me. But it's fun. Like, it's like, man, when was the last time I sat down to draw something?
Yep.
Right. And so even if I never end up drawing again, it's still just exercising that part of the brain, the muscle that kind of got lost.
You know what's interesting about kids, right? So I teach, which I got from my mentor, Michael Beckwith, the 4 stages of consciousness. Right? To me, by me, through me, as me. 4 stages of consciousness, 4 stages of awareness. And they aren't necessarily like a ladder. It's cyclical, right? We're bouncing in and out. Well, what I noticed is that my children mainly operate from the 3rd and 4th stage, which is through me and as me. They have no concept of, and when they do, like for instance, I was playing catch with my son yesterday and I threw the thing and I said catch, and he just, motor skills or whatever you want to call it, it just right in the face, right? And goes into crying and feeling it. And he has that look first. He's like, should I cry? Is this the moment where I lose my, and we're like, right? And so I notice how he transitions out of that victim state after just a second, right?
It's crazy.
Kisses boo-boo. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to hit you. Daddy apologizes, right? Big hug, instantly wanting to play catch again. And so this is, to me, nature, children, and old people are the 3 greatest teachers we ever had, right? And if we just pay attention, right? Old people, I love old grumpy grandparents because they only speak truth. They no longer care what people, they've returned and refunded every that they've given. And now they're no longer willing to play any other game other than the one that's in alignment with them. And so to me, that's personal freedom, is being able to choose alignment and congruency at any given point, at any given moment, and having the awareness to say, I'm in victim consciousness right now, or I'm in by me. I'm trying to hustle my way to this thing. I'm trying to will it to existence instead of being the existence and the beacon that has that happen no matter what.
So where do you think we lose it along the way?
I think that one of the worst things that we hear as kids, and especially as little boys, is what are you going to be when you grow up? And you hear that enough, it starts to denote this idea that there's one thing that you have one, like, okay, so philosophically speaking, this is my opinion. We all only have one purpose, and that is to reflect and reveal the cosmos, reflect and reveal God's love in a way in which, a unique way, and only which we can. That's our purpose. Now, my vision and my mission changes on a need-to-know basis. It changes daily based on what I have in front of me and based on what I've casted as my future. But my purpose is still to reflect and reveal God's love along that whole journey. And so from a Western standpoint, we hear so much that there's this thing that you need to be when you grow up. And it's always over there. It's this layaway plan where it's over there. Over there is when I'll be good enough. Over there is when I'll be a big boy. Over there is when I'm like all of it. And it's absolute bullshit. And what's powerful about people like yourself and people like me who have dedicated our lives to this, I do this no matter what. I do it when nobody's looking. I do it when everybody's looking. I live this, right? Is we're getting to enough people, right? We already have the global mind, which is the internet. Now we have the global heart, which is you and I, and a bunch of us who've linked together and said, let's do this. Let's be a no matter what. Let's be a rain, sunshine, sleet, whatever it is. I'm showing up, and not just to tell people, not just to be the messenger, but to be the type of person whose life is a demonstration of that. Bro, it gets me so fired up. There's so many things that nobody ever sees, but I take into account just for my kids alone. I want my kids to say, hey, Daddy, you handle this. Right? And I say, you know what? This is how I was being during those times. And for them to just experience it, just me as a man, right? And say, wow, that's integrity right there. That dude falls, he does stupid stuff, but every time he catches it, gets back up, and takes it to another level.
So what do you think is? I mean, I think everybody can relate to that. You see the comments, people are like, "This guy's woke. This guy's lit. Preston dropping bombs." For the person who's watching, even here on YouTube, who's feeling, yeah, you're 100% true. But how do I break it? What's an exercise? Is it go jump in a puddle? Is it like draw? Like what do I do? What's an easy first step? I just realized you just told me that I'm basically living under miles of mud above me that I need to break through and get my freedom. Yeah. So what's my first stab at it to try to get back to freedom?
Okay, so I'm about to go super deep, and I don't know if you guys are wanting to go here, but we're gonna go.
Let's do it.
So every human we all have desires, right? It comes with the human. The distinction and the difference between a human that's living an extraordinary life and a human that's living an ordinary life or a life of quiet desperation is where they're getting that, where they're checking the box off from. Most humans go outside, in. And even those who are aware enough to say, oh, like buy me stage, right? We go into that Grant Cardone, that Gary Vee stage. Oh, I'm going to hustle. I can go make this money. They're still a slave to the money. The money owns them. The job owns them. The woman owns them. The man owns them. The religion owns them. Every want, every desire goes under these three categories: approval, control, or security. Security, also known as safety. We talk about, what's the word? Financial security, relational security, right? This is encoded in our DNA. Because if I don't feel safe, if I'm not safe, then a saber-tooth tiger can come and get me. So therefore, my next process would be to have you approve of me, right? To want you to like, love, and belong, to be a part of something. Because if you kick me out of the cave, then my chances of survival go down big time, right? Then, which leads us to the third, which is control, which is most of us are freaking control freaks. Even this conversation, I'm doing my best to not try to lead it. However, there is an aspect of my wounded ego that wants to look good, that wants to control how you guys perceive me, right? So the game, and this goes back to inside out or outside in, because it's very subtle, right? It's big and it's subtle. The game is to learn, like, oh, when I don't feel approved of, therefore I don't feel safe, I move into these control mechanisms where I try to control God, people, food, what I eat, what I wear, where I live, everything, what my beard looks like. All of it is a tactic for you to like me so that I feel safe. But all of it is out there to hear. And the power is in going, okay. I accept that that's a part of the wiring that came with human. And let me do a fact check, because most humans never fact check their lives. Now, this is where we're going practical here, guys. What's true now? Okay, so I'm going to go through those three again. Am I safe? Because going back to a coward lives 1,000 deaths. The mind can make you believe you're not safe when you actually are. Right now, am I safe? To the best of my ability, I believe I am. Okay, so check. One checkmate for P. Not out there. I don't need it out there because I just checked it here. Do I approve of me? Am I a good person? Do I believe in my heart of hearts that I'm doing the best that I can from where I can with the tools and consciousness I have available? Yes. Okay, that's two. Now 2 times. Now we're talking about two of the biggest things I am now checking from the inside out, not over there. Number 3, is everything that can be in control, in control. Can being the operative word. Some things we do need to control, but not all of them. Let's see. Did I brush my teeth? Yes. Did I put on underwear? Yep, controlled that. Cool. Am I positioning myself to give my gifts to the world? Yep, can control that. Fantastic. So all 3 boxes, the most major ones in the whole world, are checked off from here to there, not there to here. I'm telling you, if you work with that alone, this distinction will change your life forever. I do it 30 times a day. I stop. I used to have alarms in my phone. Every time the alarm would go off, I'd stop and ask myself, do I approve of me? First of all, I'd pay attention to what I'm experiencing in my body. Oh, okay, alarm went off. I'm now experiencing anxiety. Where did that come from? Now I go into the past. I was looking at my follower count and I saw that I lost 1,000. And then I made up a story that because I'm X, people don't like me. Okay, so I was giving my power, approval, control, and security all to those likes and those followers. And therefore now I'm experiencing anxiety. Okay, now is it true? Is it fact? Is any of that actually true? No. Going back to it, do I approve of me? Yes. Am I safe? Yes. Can I control? Is everything that can be in control? Yes, it. Thank you, God. Game on. Now I let myself, my body, the cells of my body experience deep and abiding gratitude for having all of my needs met in that moment. Do I have water? Yes. Do I have food? Yes. Can I get to it? Yes. Whoa, I am blessed beyond measure, and I wasn't allowing myself to experience it based on some followers that left my account. Hurrah! Let's go. This stuff gets me so hyped. All right, I'm stopping now.
I love it, dude. Listen, you had my favorite comment while you went on that rant there was Preston is cooking. He's cooking. I love it. When we circle back quickly just to the conversation around kids, And I'm just wanting to have a thing called play bigger triggers, which are also like things you can design in your environment, in your habits, in your routine that trigger you to play bigger, right? Like you're going for a walk with your kid. You can just expect something crazy to happen. Like, hey, daddy, let's walk backwards. Hey, daddy, let's like play in the sand or whatever. How do you, for somebody who's watching this maybe for the first time, if they know your stuff, they're following you already, like they're expecting this. For somebody who's like, mind is blown, first time hearing this, what's an easy kind of play bigger trigger they could put in their life to, because they're woke now, they're listening to this, awesome, but then tomorrow they wake up and they forgot, the energy's gone. So what do they have to put in their routine and their environment or what have you, so that that's a daily consistent thing? Is it the alarm that you're doing? Like, what do you recommend?
Yeah, and if some of these people are in this actual thing, I see them. I have a program called Amplify, and it's about raising your vibration and manifesting the life of your dreams. And one of the things that we do in that program is I have them, and this happens week 1, is I have everybody set what we call joy alarms. So, and the point of this is to go into reasonless joy, right? I don't even have a reason. Just decide that when the alarm goes off, like Pavlov's dogs, I am going to experience joy no matter what. I'm going to choose it because I can, because I'm that powerful, right? So that would be that would change your whole life. If you
How often you do it in your life?
Well, I do it all the time, but I would say starting out, just 3 alarms, 3 to 5 alarms
a day.
Yep. And when that happens, just go bananas. Just decide that life is beautiful and you can feel it, and use your body and let it like emanate off of you. And what happens is we just literally, we're repatterning and rewiring and changing our personal reality by changing our personality, which personality, as we all know, or some do, some don't, is that our personality is based off of our social and historical conditioning. It's based off of like the beliefs and interpretations that we were born into. And a lot of people never question those. They never actually look. They never actually say, wait, this isn't mine. This is my mom's, her mom's, and her mom's. This doesn't belong to me. This is my dad's, his dad's, and his dad's. But your job as a conscious choice maker, as a conscious creator on the planet right now, your job is to step forward and say, I'm going to evolve the family. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to raise the bar on the feet and decide that we're more than that, than just passed down traditions. Tradition is fantastic if it serves you. It's also bull if it doesn't, right? I'm not tired of anything. People ask me all the time, is your real name Preston Smiles? Yes, it is. But was I born Preston Smiles? No. I was born Preston Davis. Davis being a slave name. Where do you think they got that name? Somebody raped my grandmother, and beat the out of my grandfather, probably. Great, 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 great. That's how we got Davis. So do I identify with that name? No, that tradition. I'm Preston Smiles because I say so. Right?
How old were you when you changed your name?
It was given to me by a janitor at a college that I went to. I was 22 when she called me. I was running down the hall, and she was like, boy, you always run around here smiling. I'm going to call you Preston Smiles with your happy self. And it was one of those moments where I was like, that's my name. I didn't take it until I was 25.
Yeah.
But it stuck at 22.
I love it, man. I love it so much. Dude, it's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
For people who want to dive deeper into your world, learn more about what you're doing, whether this program, your coaching, which we didn't end up talking about, your book, all of it, like where do you want them to go? What's the best spot?
Yeah, just at Preston Smiles, man. I mean, I appreciate anything, and I'm also not attached, right? When I coach coaches and I help them build businesses and all that stuff. And one of the things we talk about all the time is high intention, low attachment. I have a high intention to anybody who has ears to hear and vibrates at the level that I vibrate at, bring it. And you don't own me. You don't have my power. I don't need your money. What I love is to work with people who are hyped up and committed to taking their lives to the next level. And so if that's you, at Preston Smiles, you can find me there.
Appreciate it. We'll pop that in the description too for the YouTubers. Dude, appreciate you, man. Thank you for everything you're doing, and now birthing 3 new humans into the world. We're gonna spread even more smiles around the planet. Love
Yes,
it,
sir.
dude. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Good stuff, bro. Love you, man.
Love you too. Ciao.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.